Please video like and subscribe this channel. The fire did not fall from the sky all at once. It came in waves, sheets of burning light tearing through the upper atmosphere, streaking like molten spears toward the capital of Zyrel Prime. The planetary shields screamed under the impact, their harmonic frequencies collapsing one by one. Towers of living crystal shattered. Streets that had stood for millennia dissolved into glowing slag. From the highest balcony of the obsidian spire, the alien queen watched her world burn. Queen Velerin of Zyrel did not flee. Zyrelian queens never did. Her crown, grown, not forged, glimmered faintly as shockwaves rippled through the city below. Around her, the royal guard lay broken, their armor cracked, their bioluminescent blood cooling on the stone. The invaders had planned this well. Orbital superiority, shield disruption, psychological terror. Fire fell again, closer this time. And still, the queen stood. What no one had planned for, what no strategist had accounted for, was the lone human soldier sprinting through the chaos toward the palace gates. Sergeant Daniel Cross had been ordered to retreat. Earth Command had issued the command twice, then 3 times, then cut the channel entirely when it became clear he wasn't listening. Zyrel Prime was not a human world. The war here was not humanity's war, at least, not officially. The coalition had debated for years whether the Zyrelians were worth defending. Too powerful. Too secretive. Too alien. But Daniel hadn't seen a debate. He'd seen refugees vaporized when the shields failed. He'd seen children, glowing, terrified, not so different from human kids, pulled into the sky by gravity weapons and torn apart. And he'd seen the palace. Still standing. His armor was scorched, power levels critical. His rifle had overheated hours ago, the barrel warped beyond use. All he had left was a sidearm, a combat knife, and a stubborn refusal to let this end the way the invaders wanted. As another firestorm struck nearby, Daniel dove through a shattered archway and into the palace grounds. The royal guard were gone. Dead or dragged away. At the top of the stairs, framed by flame and smoke, stood the queen. For a moment, Daniel froze. She was taller than any human woman, her form elegant and terrifying at once. Her eyes burned like twin stars, reflecting the destruction of her world. Power radiated from her, not the crude kind of weapons fire, but something older. Heavier. She turned toward him. Their eyes met. Daniel expected rage. Condemnation. A silent command that would crush him where he stood. Instead, she looked, surprised. A human, her voice echoed directly inside his mind. You still stand? He swallowed, forcing himself upright. Sergeant Daniel Cross. Earth Coalition Infantry. The palace shook violently. A section of the ceiling collapsed behind her, fire spilling into the hall like liquid sunlight. You should flee, the queen said. This world is lost. Daniel took another step forward. Then another. So is mine, he said. If we let this keep happening. Something flickered in her expression, confusion, maybe. Or disbelief. You are alone, she said. Not yet, he replied, though they both knew it was a lie. The invaders breached the inner perimeter minutes later. They were massive, four-limbed war constructs fused with living pilots, their armor etched with burning sigils. Each step they took cracked the palace floor. Daniel moved without thinking. He threw a flash charge, blinding the lead construct long enough to drag the queen back behind a fallen pillar. Plasma fire scorched his armor, pain blooming across his ribs. Why do you defend me? She demanded. Because someone has to, he said through clenched teeth. The queen raised her hand, energy crackling around her fingers, but the firestorm outside disrupted her focus. Her power, immense as it was, required stability. Time. Daniel didn't have much of that. He stepped out from cover, firing his sidearm at exposed joints, aiming not to kill but to slow. A blade grazed his shoulder, searing flesh. Another impact sent him crashing into a wall. Still, he stood. The constructs advanced. And then the fire fell again. This time, directly above the palace. The ceiling shattered. Burning debris rained down. One of the constructs was crushed instantly, its pilot screaming as molten crystal engulfed it. The others hesitated. Daniel used that moment. He charged. It was reckless. Stupid. Exactly what no tactician would recommend. He slammed his combat knife into a control node, twisting hard. The construct spasmed, collapsing in on itself. The backlash hurled Daniel across the hall. He hit the ground hard and didn't immediately get up. Smoke filled his lungs. His vision blurred. He heard footsteps, lighter ones, approaching. The Queen knelt beside him. "You are dying," she said quietly. "Yeah," he managed. "Figured." She studied him, her glowing eyes searching his face. "You could have fled. You owe my people nothing." Daniel coughed, blood spotting his visor. "Maybe. But my people owe yours." Something ancient stirred behind her gaze. Outside, the invaders regrouped. More were coming. The Queen stood. And for the first time since the invasion began, she did not stand alone. Queen Velerin raised her arms, her crown blazing brighter than the fires outside. The palace itself responded, walls humming, ancient runes awakening. Power surged through the structure, resonating with her will. But it was unstable. The firestorms disrupted the planetary layfields that fueled Xyrelian queens. Without an anchor, the energy would tear her apart before it reached its full potential. She looked down at the human soldier struggling to breathe. "Human," she said, voice softer now. "Your kind is different. You are not bound to resonance as we are." Daniel cracked a weak smile. "You're saying that like it's a compliment." "I am saying," she replied, "that you may be able to do what none of my own can." She reached out, not with power, but with intent. "Stand with me." Daniel hesitated. Every warning screamed in his head. Unknown alien energy. Neural overload. Instant death. But he remembered the children. The fire. The way she hadn't fled. He took her hand. The connection hit him like a star going supernova. Images flooded his mind, Xyrelian history, sorrow, pride, endless vigilance against a universe that wanted them erased. He felt her strength, and her fear. She felt his. A small blue world. Soldiers laughing between battles. The quiet, stubborn belief that even one person standing could matter. The palace roared. Energy stabilized, flowing through both of them, her power guided by his unresonant presence, grounded and focused. The Queen's voice thundered across the city. "Enough." A wave of force erupted outward, not fire, but gravity itself bending to her command. Invader ships were crushed like insects. Constructs collapsed, their systems imploding. The firestorms faltered. Then stopped. Silence fell over Xyrel Prime. Daniel collapsed to one knee, gasping. The Queen remained standing, though her breathing was unsteady. The battle was over. The aftermath was complicated. Coalition command arrived hours later, stunned to find the capital still standing and the invasion fleet annihilated. Analysts struggled to explain how a besieged queen and a single human soldier had turned the tide. The Xyrelian Council struggled even more. Never in recorded history had a non-Xyrelian served as a royal anchor. The implications were staggering. Daniel spent weeks in recovery, his injuries severe but survivable. When he finally walked unassisted again, the Queen summoned him. This time, not to a burning palace, but to a restored balcony overlooking a city slowly healing. "You should return to your people," Velerin said. Command's already offered me a medal and a desk job, Daniel replied. Neither sounds great. She regarded him thoughtfully. Zyrel Prime will remember you as the one who stood. Catchy, he said. Rolls right off the tongue. A pause. My world will face threats again, she continued. And so will yours. Daniel met her gaze. You're asking me to stay. I am asking, she said carefully, if you would stand again. Not as a soldier under orders, but as a bridge. He considered it. Earth. Zyrel. Fire. Choice. All right, he said at last. But next time, I'd like a rifle that doesn't melt. A faint smile curved her lips, rare and real. It will be arranged. As the twin suns set over Zyrel Prime, a human soldier stood beside an alien queen, not because prophecy demanded it, but because when the fire fell, he had chosen not to run. And that choice changed the fate of worlds.